Hey, this is comfortably... Fuck, I can't even say my name.
That's always the hardest part.
Like, I knew having like 6 syllables in a name was a bad idea.
That's a lot.
Welcome to Love in Brief, a brief ABDL advice podcast focused on issues of love.
Love for self.
Mm-hmm.
Love for friends.
Mm-hmm. And love for your community. And guys, this is one of my favorite episodes of the year. I look forward to it every year. This is our New Year's celebration of all things ABDL.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay! I am Resident Yes, and I am here with my 2 co-hosts from 2024.
Teddy Bear.
And Lola and then some.
And you guys have absolutely changed the feel, the dynamic, the face of the podcast. I've been so grateful this year for all of your energy and all the work you put into producing new episodes and finding new guests. And I'm just so excited about where Love and Brief is right now. And it's a huge part thanks to you guys. So I'm excited to celebrate the end of year with you because you put in so much great work this year.
It's been such a joy to be here, and I'm so excited to hear what our friends have sent in.
Yeah, likewise. It's been an incredible year. This podcast means so much to me personally, and it's truly an honor to still just be on this and paying it forward. So I'm really excited to see what our friends have told us about their year and what they're looking forward to for next year.
Me too. And I know you guys have not heard this yet. I get the privilege and the pleasure of editing all these together, and then I get to watch you hear it for the first time.
Yay!
Which is really fun. So what we did was we asked all the folks who were listening to send in audio of the thing that they are most grateful for with regard to their ABDL kink in 2024. What made your kink awesome this year? What made you grateful to have an ABDL kink? And the reason why we do this every year is because it can be super awesome to have an ABDL kink. And sometimes we get caught up in the hard parts, which makes sense. But I love to pause once a year and go, yeah, but why is it awesome too?
Mm-hmm.
And so the prompt this year, what made you grateful to have an ABDL kink in 2024? And I get to share with you some of what our listeners told us. Are you guys ready?
I'm so excited.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's take a listen. And friends, you are going to hear real audio from our listeners. And then there are a couple spots where I'll have Lola and Teddy read what we got that were written responses because some folks didn't feel comfortable sharing their voices. So you'll hear a couple of those as well. All right, let's get listening.
Hey, it's Beach Baby 1. What made me grateful to be in ABDL this year was all of the great relationships and all of the great events and people I got to spend time with and all the connections I've been able to make and continue to make.
Hey, everyone. We're all over everything's on Instagram. And I guess for 2024, what I'm grateful for is being an ABDL is... with all the craziness and terrible things in the world, it's just something that really brings people together, especially me and my partner. And when everything's terrible, you still have this thing to like lean back on and just kind of like find comfort in. And I think that's important every year, but it's just, I think it's just been really important this year.
Hi, I'm H. Bananer, and this year was a tough year for me, for a lot of us, but for me in a lot of ways. But I also learned a lot about myself this year. And through learning more about myself, I chose to accept the submissive side of myself. And I learned about the role that diapers and ABDL play into this submissive side of myself. And while I know I have a strong desire to have a partner, someone who keeps me in diapers all the time, I realized I don't need that, and I can show myself my submissive side, embrace that submissive side, and embrace that ABDL side by wearing 24/7, whether it's for someone else or just for me.
Hey, this is the better half of all of our everythings, and what made me grateful to have an ABDL kink this year was I have felt more myself this year than any year thus far. ABDL definitely has a huge part in that. I didn't feel as much shame, and I feel like really embraced it and like have stopped that cycle of like binge and purge, and that's pretty big. Yeah, I've just fully accepted that part of my life.
Hey y'all, this is Tiniest Tyrant, and I just want to talk a little bit about how kink has helped me this year. You know, kink has really helped me grow more than anything else, more than any education or job experiences. Kink has helped me grow my family, my goals, my knowledge. It's taken me on journeys that I never thought I would go on. I actually lost my grandfather this year, and I was able to deliver a really beautiful eulogy on behalf of him. And I don't think I would have had that kind of confidence had it not been for my activity on FetLife and, you know, people in my life that are just overall good influences. So really, I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for kink.
Hey, this is E-Baby Boy, and this is what made ABDL Kink in 2024 special to me. Really, the thing that comes to mind most is finding my place in the community, right? You know, and I was told, you know, from multiple people that the positivity that I would share, you know, on Instagram and other platforms really helped them get through their day to day. And that gave me, you know, that feeling of I found my place, right? You know, and, you know, meeting everybody at CAP and then finding local community, you know, here in my home state, it's just been absolutely incredible, you know, and something that honestly I didn't think I would find, you know, but 2024 really gave that to me. And finding my place to me gave me true happiness inside. You know, I always was longing for being accepted, you know, as a little, and through finding what brings other people joy ultimately gave me joy.
This one comes from Tim. I am grateful to be an ABDL this year because I have created such a great community of friends. I went to my first CapCon and fully found my little side. I met my daddy. Oh, and I also got to do an episode of this podcast you may know called Love in Brief. I still have to pinch myself. What a wonderful year it was. Looking forward to 2025.
Hey, this is Comfortably Crinkly, and what I'm grateful for in 2024 is the fact that this community has given me so many positives when my vanilla life has been the polar opposite. 2024 has been a really, really difficult year, and the greatest success in my vanilla life is probably just getting through it. Whereas in ABDL, it's been just a year of highlights. So starting with going to CapCon, where I attended knowing nobody in person and 5 days later left with a family, to attending more and more UK events, to starting my own podcast, to cementing and reaffirming existing friendships, making new friendships, traveling to meet with people, and just generally having something amazing to lean into. Without question, the biggest surprise for me in 2024 was discovering a daddy side. And I've never had switch tendencies, never ever lent into that before, and yet that has opened my eyes to connections and feelings and emotions that I never knew existed. And to discover, or to be able to dive into a little space more than I ever have before, and to also switch that up, has been unbelievable. This really is a superpower. And okay, not all heroes wear capes, but most of us wear dips. And this is just a wonderful world to be part of.
Hello, Love and Brief and all of its listeners. Lil Nenny Boo here. What I am so grateful for this year of what ABDL brought for me was actually discovering this side of myself about a year ago and being able to tell my partner of 7 years who's non-ABDL and having true acceptance and love coming from it and being able to wear diapers around the house. That's amazing too. But I'm also so grateful for all the friends that I've made in the community this year. You guys are awesome. This podcast is awesome. Love y'all.
Hey everyone, I'm JD. I'm from Mexico and I am a writer. The thing that I'm most grateful for in relation to ABDL this year is taking more steps toward self-healing and getting rid of the toxic shame that circled around my ABDL desires. And in doing that work, I've been able to tap into my creativity, which was something that was dormant for many years. as a result of that, I published my first ABDL fantasy book. I'm working on a second one, and I even started writing diaper poetry, which is unique and something that I really love doing. So I definitely feel more aligned with my gift, which is the power of words, and being able to share that with more and more readers. So that's what I'm thankful for. Thanks so much for this space, and all the blessings for everyone.
Hi, Harper Hayes here. Being an ABDL for the last few years always came with some level of secrecy or discomfort in my surroundings, but 2024 in the ABDL world brought me so many incredible experiences and in-person friendships that I'm so incredibly grateful for. I was introduced to some of my closest friends locally this year through this community, and I began working with them to help foster a local ABDL community, planning events and get-togethers. It's been amazing to feel understood, seen, heard, loved, and accepted. My heart has been so much fuller because of these friendships. I'm so grateful.
Back in the day, I was a diaper thief. But nowadays, I tune into love in brief. For over the years within my state of mind, for love, for joy, I've padded my little behind. Despite the shame, all the guilt and the regret, it's kept me sane, so I continue to wet. So join with me, all my kinksters and friends. Come one, come all, may this party never end. So I raise my bottle. Cheers. Y'all have a wonderful 2025.
Hello, Love and Brief listeners. I just wanted to say that I am super grateful for the connections that I have been lucky enough to be part of this year. This year has been all about nurturing those friendships and relationships and giving my all. And receiving so much love in return, and literally support everywhere that I look. I feel so insanely lucky to be part of such a magical community like this one. I love every single one of you out there listening to this podcast today, and I hope everyone's holidays and New Year are amazing. Mwah.
Hello, Love and Brief. My name is Bradley. I've been a lifelong ABDL and only full-time practicing since 2020. I want to tell you what I am grateful for within this community. It is the community itself. I've never met a more loving, understanding, accepting group. Everybody has had their own insecurities, so when they see somebody struggling, they reach out. They've done this with me for the past 4 years. I've done it for others with the past 4 years. I've attended ABDL events. I've gone to kink parties where ABDL has been represented. And every time I meet an ABDL, I always get a hug and a smile and just the absolute most genuine kindness. Thank you very much for doing this. I'm a big fan of your podcast. Thank you, sir.
Hi, I'm grateful this year to be an ABDL because I told my girlfriend about it, who I originally met through Vanilla Life, and being able to share such an intimate part of my life that I don't talk about with many people has, I think, really brought us closer together, and it feels really special. So I'm grateful for the presence of ABDL as something to bring people together, and I'm grateful for the acceptance and the love that I've gotten because of it.
Happy New Year, everybody in the ABDL community. This is 80s coming to you live from my car where I'm recording this. I just joined the community this year after many years of being in the background and heading to CAP. Got my bags packed and looking forward to this side quest. Also looking forward to meeting a lot of you ABDLs out there, and I'm just thankful for this community and, of course, absorbent diapers. So take care. Hopefully see you all soon. Out.
What made me grateful to be an ABDL this year? There's a lot of things, but the biggest I would say is that this is the first year I ever felt confident enough to start going to in-person munches and events and meeting new friends in person and going on dates with other ABDLs and having really fulfilling friendships and relationships with really cool and amazing people. And I feel really proud of myself and really proud to be a part of the community. And yeah, it was a good one. It was a good year.
Hey, Love and Brief, Sprocket here. In 2024, I've been so grateful for the ABDL community. I started the year having never met another ABDL, never attending any kind of ABDL or kink event, and only knowing a few people online. Now here we are at the end of the year. I've formed great friendships, I've spent time with amazing people, I've had fantastic conversations, and I've been to an event or munch about every other month. Through the community, I've grown so much, not only as a kinky person, but in all aspects of my life. Love and Brief has been a really big inspiration for me to get out into the ABDL and kink world. I don't think I would be who I am or where I am today without Love and Brief and the entire ABDL community. Thanks, and here's to a great 2025.
This one comes from MJ. Thank you for all you do to make this podcast happen. I've learned so much and expanded my worldview thanks to you. This new year, I want to celebrate someone very special to me and acknowledge everything that my sweet little Petey has done in the last 12 months to really explore and engage with this community. He's traveled to other states for in-person events, met new people in our city, and even gained a close friend along the way. I'm so proud and inspired that he's putting himself out there in a way that celebrates this amazing and adorable part of him. And I'm grateful for everyone along the way who's made him feel seen. To even more in 2025, stay snuggly.
Hi, this is codename Ty Dipey. I'm an ABDL, mostly DL, and when asked to define myself, all I can say is that I'm everything everywhere all at once. I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence but committed no crime. In bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. Opportunities and events make me grateful to be an ABDL. I'm surrounded by my diaper stash packing for my first CapCon ever for SideQuest, and I've had a pretty bad, rough half year. I'm thankful for my Denver friends and all over the world. Especially want to thank Mile High Diaper, Sophisticated as Funk, The Noodle, and my close Texas snuggle buddies. AB Dealer and The Sanctuary, thank you for hosting. I look forward to many more adventures diapered, and I hope to go hiking and skiing with some of you soon. Come play in Colorado.
Hey, Love and Brief, this is Light But Dense, and as we know, an ABDL kink is something deeply rooted in someone, but it's just one facet of who they are. But also, if it gets brought up, it can become a temptation to become the only lens that you see someone through. And because it is different, people can kind of get hung up on it. So what I love about having this ABDL kink inside of me is that in my professional life and in my social life and in my personal life, that I need to see someone as a fully rounded individual, and I need to be able to look past beyond what they display. So having this different kink helps me to be open-minded and to treat people as people and provide safe and welcoming spaces for someone to share who they are, because I myself deeply cherish something like that. And so because of an ABDL kink, I am now a better friend, I'm a better professional, and I'm a better person, because I'm allowed to see someone in a dynamic and full sense, no matter what's presented before me.
Hey everybody, this is Blinks. I'm grateful this year to have such an awesome community of people to be surrounded by. I went through quite a bit of life changes, and this group of people that I've met in the past year has just really changed my life in a lot of ways. If I had been told a year ago that this is the community I would be surrounded with, and that this part of my life could be something I could experience, it wasn't just a dream that I had, I would probably not believe whoever was telling me. And if I did believe them, I would probably just break down crying, because it's something that I've wanted in my life for so long. And I feel so lucky at only 23 years old to be able to have this in my life. And it just gives me so much joy and so much hope. And, you know, we live in a crazy world, a crazy society, but to be surrounded by beautiful people and such a beautiful community, there is a future, and, you know, there's stuff that's worth living for, even if it's just the little things.
Guys,
that was incredible. I'm tearing up after all of that. Just so many powerful messages, and you know, in terms of gratitude, just grateful for all the folks who wrote into us and sent us their audio. And what a great way to wrap up this year. And I know for a lot of people, this has been a tough year, but I mean, this kink really can bring some joy, some hope, as we heard in those messages. And I need a moment to kind of collect myself, because that was beautiful.
That was one of the themes that came through to me too, was, hey, 2024, I mean, how many people said this has been a tough year, or it's been a tough 6 months, and yet this brought some light into my life, or brought community, or brought love. And I mean, to me, that's like, wow, we talk about it as a superpower, but what a gift during a tough time. I just loved hearing about that, being reminded of that.
Yeah, it was like such a roller coaster of emotions, just hearing joy in people and hearing hope in people and hearing almost just like relief that finally I get to be this person. And that's so powerful. And a couple of things that really stood out to me was, the positive place and role that kink and ABDL kink have in people's lives, especially in these really hard times in the world. And a lot of us have really hard things in our lives. So just that was something that stood out, that most people were like, this was the positive light in my life. And that's amazing. And another thing that stood out to me was just how many new people we heard from were like, this is the first year I've even dove into or acted through this kink and made community. And, you know, sometimes being now in this community for over a decade, it's like you kind of forget that, and to feel that hope. And especially in that last message, you know, I remember being in that place where it was like, oh, there is a future for me now, because I get to be myself, and I see joy and light and acceptance and healing and love and fun and sex and kink and all of the stuff. So yeah, that was just so powerful to hear about.
Yeah, that feeling of healing very much resonates with me too in my own journey. I mean, I found this kink right before the pandemic, actually, so not the best time to enter, but, through that, I was going through some of the hardest times of my life, a lot of personal trauma, and I was dipping my toes in, and I found some really close friends, two of which are in this room right now.
Wait, who's in this room?
That's you, Lola, and you are Wyatt.
That's right. I should have mentioned we're all in the same room. But
yes. So, I mean, through that, I never understood the power of friendship until I joined this community. I was always around people that were just in proximity to me, coworkers, classmates. And yes, you can get close with them, but it wasn't until I started to join this community and accept this part of myself and find others who can understand me that I started to accept myself, which let me be more authentic. And when I started to show my real self and be open with people, suddenly they started to come back to me. And when you build friendships based on something so deep like that and other shared interests, it really changes your life. I mean, I look back to who I was 5 years ago and the person that I am now, and I could not be more different. And as I said at the start of this, this podcast was one of those first stepping stones towards me getting there. And it's just an honor to be able to now pay that forward and still reap the benefits. So what am I most grateful for this year? I think it's the openness, the acceptance, and the bravery of others in this community who have preceded me in the past in going out there, building local communities, building podcasts, companies, everything that I found myself walking into that has changed my life. And now I am also grateful for the ones who will follow me and that will find themselves in this space in the future as well. And the number of friendships that we have not yet discovered that are still ahead of us, and the things that those will bring to our lives. So I'm very grateful for everybody on this podcast, everybody who has crossed paths with me out there in the world, in my many travels. You've taken me from a place of a broken person and turned me into just somebody full of confidence and love and positivity. And it's an honor to be as part of this community. It's something really special.
Teddy, that was so beautifully articulate.
It was.
Thank you for sharing. And I know being part of this community and learning from people has truly helped you on your path. But I do want to point out that you've done the hard work too. And you bring that to so many people as well. Acceptance and joy and just open, hey, I want to hear your story. And I think that's so wonderful.
Thank you.
Lola, what are you most grateful for this year with regard to your kink?
You know, I have to say, before I sat down, or as we were sitting down to listen to these, I was having some trouble. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to say that I'm grateful for. I mean, of course, I'm always grateful for the community and friends and experiences that I get to have. But those are not new things, you know? And I think for me this year, what I've realized is that I'm grateful that I have this kink. That I've been able to explore this kink so thoroughly in the past few years that now I actually get to go explore myself in the outside world of kink more thoroughly as well. Yeah. And I'm really grateful for that. And also that I get to, this was mentioned too, that people were saying how accepting or embracing this kink can help bring out their gifts. A few people talked about that, and that really resonated with me. And I do think that embracing this kink, even though, yes, it's very forefront and center in my life, but in a way it's not, because it's just so constant. But it does help me bring out gifts to spread in the world at large, like love and compassion, listening and communicating and giving people a place, no matter if they're in the kink world or wherever they are, just to be themselves. And being in this kink this year, I think that's something that I've been able to now take out into my overall life.
That was also beautifully articulated. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, you've hit on one of the themes that stuck out to me too, which is this amplification power that comes out of embracing who you are.
Yes.
And people talking about confidence for the first time.
Yes.
That beautiful story from Tiniest Tyrant about this gave me the confidence I needed to stand up at my grandfather's funeral, or this gave me the confidence I needed to write that first ABDL book or that first poem. It gave me the belief that life can be this good, that sort of thing. I think the thing that I am reflecting on, and I think most grateful for right in this moment, is this weird dichotomy, or this, I should say, maybe paradoxical truth, which is the kink itself is an incredible part of me that brought me into contact with people I never would have known, right? So it's incredibly powerful. And getting to know you guys, some of the closest people in my world, all the way through to people I'm just meeting, that would never happen without it. And I love my kink so much. And the paradox that most of what I love about it are the things that aren't the kink.
Yes.
It's the confidence, it's the artistry, it's the people who make things that inspire me, it's the people who say things that move me, it's the stories that I get to hear about lives changing, things that aren't ABDL inherently. But man, what a privilege to be invited into the lives of the people who are bringing their very best every day and happen to meet through this kink. So that incredible paradox of the power of embracing yourself and kink, and the fact that that's probably not the best part. It's all the incredible people that come along with it.
Yes.
that's the thing that I'm like both struggling with and like incredibly grateful for this year, that I get to take part in that.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost a conduit for finding really special people out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, on my own journey, again, the healing that I had to do, I went on a literal journey of self-discovery. I have driven 40,000 miles across the United States these last 2 years, dealing with, personal recovery and finding myself for the first time. And so many people from this community have been there along my journeys and shown me new perspectives and given me quotes that I'll carry for a lifetime. I mean, just incredible kindness out there. And the amount of time that we've spent talking about diapers and caregiving and things like that, I mean, it's minuscule, but it's the different outlets and different ways of living. And it's just I learn something from everyone, every experience I have. So RY, I can totally relate to that, where it's, you are grateful to be part of this community and have this part of yourself. So, I mean, obviously personally, the superpower we've talked about, where it helps your mental health because you can just have this safe space, but it goes so much beyond that. And that's what this episode has really shown me and driven home, is just how much more this has brought to my life and how grateful I am. And wow.
Just well beyond the kink. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we really have a beautifully unique and special, diverse community. And there's so many people that have different identities, different sexualities, identified different romantically, like all sorts of different ways. And like, I'm just so grateful that I get to be in a safe community to meet these amazing, special people. And speaking of special people, both of you are very special to me too. Aww. And I'm very grateful for you. And RY, I'm wondering if I could talk just a little bit about being switchy this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that I have a place, you and I have been more switchy this year than we have in previously in our relationship. And I'm so grateful that I have a place to send my like nurturing love in just like the most intimate way. I myself do not have children, and though that was once a dream of mine, I still have that really deep, nurturing, loving, literally loving you for exactly the base person you are that I imagine parents feel. And I was able to find that and swim in that and grow in that with you this year. And I'm really grateful for that.
I mean, I've enjoyed the hell out of it. And I'm grateful for it too. And to explore that switchy side of myself has been just life-changing, just game-changing, and so connecting. So I won't make everybody go ew on.
I was going to say, I think I speak for a lot of folks out there when I say you two are really cute.
Thanks.
I ship you two a lot.
I ship you too? I don't know what that means.
Ship. Oh, it's like a thing that the youth say.
Is
like,
that what
I
the kids
stan
say?
you.
I stand you. Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm tracking now. Good Lord, I'm old. Guys, we have a New Year's Eve to celebrate. We are but 4 hours-ish. No, 6 hours from the turn of 2025. By the time this goes out tomorrow, it will be 2025. I am so grateful for you, and I can't wait to celebrate with you. And I can't wait to celebrate our listeners as we move into next year. You guys showed up for this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, you are the coolest. Thank you for taking the time to send me your audio and to send me your amazing story and for listening and getting engaged on Love and Brief. I intentionally don't send emails back for your own privacy because I know some people don't want, my loveandbrief@gmail like showing up on your screen at work. So I don't send back. But to everybody who emailed and sent audio and sent stories, thank you. You guys show up for us in big ways every day, from listening to interacting in the FetLife groups, interacting on Instagram. You have once again been the most important part of Love and Brief this year, and cannot wait to do 2025 with you. And likewise with you guys, I cannot wait to do Love and Brief with you next year.
Thank you for all you do, RY. It's really been a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to some great new episodes coming up in this new year. And for everybody out there, just thank you for supporting ABDL podcasts. And as you've said before, there can never be enough.
Yep.
So if you have a voice that you want to put out there, please do it.
Yes. And we just want to say that we love you all, we see you all, and have a very, very, very happy new year.
I love this Love Fest. Here's a cheers to 2025.
I don't have a glass, but sure. Okay.
You had one. Where'd it go?
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Hold on.
There it is. I found it.
Clink.
Okay.
Happy New Year,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
We'll see you in 2025.